Climate change and pollution. Since the 19th century, our world has undergone rapid industrialization, leading to a growing population and an increasing impact on the environment. This phenomenon, known as climate change, has become a pressing concern for our entire planet. Today, let's explore what climate change really means, how we can observe its effects, and most importantly, how we can address its consequences. What problems do we face? Well, the world's population has been growing steadily since the industrial age. From just 1 billion in the early 19th century, it reached 8 billion in 2022, and projections suggest that we could reach 9 billion by 2037. With the increase in population and human activity comes an increase in energy consumption, which is putting an enormous strain on our planet. Energy consumption, especially through the use of fossil fuels, plays a significant role in climate change. Let's look at the four main sectors of human activity: buildings, agriculture, transport, and industry. Buildings and services contribute about 20% of greenhouse gas emissions, while agriculture, including deforestation, is responsible for about 25%. Transport, including ships, planes, and cars, accounts for 15% of emissions, and industry, the largest user of fossil fuels, contributes 40%. But how exactly are human activities linked to climate change? It all starts with our over-reliance on fossil fuels: coal, gas, and oil. These energy sources, derived from ancient forests and marine plants, release harmful pollution and carbon dioxide when burned. The increased concentration of CO2 in the atmosphere leads to the greenhouse effect. The atmosphere is like a protective layer around our planet. The excessive release of CO2 upsets this balance, causing the temperature to rise. A sustainable goal would be to stabilise CO2 concentrations by reducing emissions, thereby limiting the global temperature increase to 1.5 degrees Celsius. However, in a worst-case scenario, temperatures could rise by 5 degrees Celsius, with unpredictable consequences. Throughout history, we have experienced natural disasters such as major forest fires, floods, and storms. But recently, we have seen an increase in the severity and frequency of these phenomena. Did you know that many of these disasters, called extreme weather events, are now caused by climate change? Increased absorption of CO2 by the oceans leads to acidification, harming marine life and coral reefs. Rising temperatures cause glaciers and polar ice to melt, leading to rising sea levels, more frequent hurricanes, and increased risk of flooding in coastal areas. Changing weather patterns also affect ecosystems and biodiversity. Changing habitats, animal migrations, and the sixth mass extinction threaten the well-being of our planet. There is little time left to adapt to the coming events, which will intensify with each passing year. It is important to take action and implement individual and collective changes in our attitude towards nature. It is crucial to understand that humans are part of it. We do not own nature, we depend on it, and we have a duty to preserve it. By understanding the causes and identifying potential solutions, we can plan our environments and cities to be better prepared. By switching to renewable energy sources such as solar and wind power, reducing our carbon footprint, and adopting sustainable practices, we can make a difference. Which of the following actions are you ready to take? Choosing a holiday destination that can be reached by train or bus instead of flying over land. Choosing not to own a car, considering public transport instead, or subscribing to a car-sharing service. Public transport will only be developed if the number of users increases. Minimise your carbon footprint by eating more plant-based foods. Animal proteins require 12 times more energy and resources to produce than plant proteins. Intensive meat production is the main cause of deforestation in regions such as Brazil. Write a letter to your school or university cafeteria. Ask them to always offer a high-quality vegetarian menu. Ask them to serve meat less often and instead serve better quality, locally produced meat. Choose sustainable products with minimal packaging. Find a repair shop in your area. Look for clothes in second-hand shops. Always ask yourself how a product is made. How do people work in the country of production? Does the brand communicate on this issue? What is it made of? Fossil fuels, like acrylic, or natural fibres, like cotton or wool? Work for change by raising awareness of climate change, joining environmental organisations, and voting for politicians who take global warming seriously. We need to show politicians our will to create a sustainable future. We must preserve the planet as best we can, with all our means.